an A.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm told you're a little confused right now. Are you a little perplexed by what just happened?
I hate that quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a terrible.
What does that mean?
Yeah. That means he's not really a head coach. He's just my head coach now.
No, it means like now he's the
Exactly.
man because Jerry put his stamp of approval on him.
Listen, this is
Correct.
quite pathetic.
It's narcissism.
This is quite pathetic, and all Jerry has done is fuel, just credence and just giving credence to everything everybody has said negatively about him in terms of it being about him.
I lost my
instead of other
papers.
folks. That's all
Could you
right.
help me?
At the end of the day, in the end, what has come down to is this: Brian Schottenheimer didn't even call plays for your Dallas Cowboys team last year, and you hired him as your head coach because somebody else that may have been more qualified, somebody else that may have been more capable, would have been too much for you to share. That's what this comes down to. So I expect more of the same from the Cowboys. You understand? And it's going to be that simple.
Who wants to take it?
Yeah. Guess what? Hey, plus a more qualified coach would have like, no, I don't want Jason Witten on my staff. He's not qualified to be a coach. Let him put some time in, let him do X, Y, and Z, and then I'll have him. That's what we kept hearing. Now, we don't know if it's true, but Schefter and some of these other insiders have reported that was one of the stipulations, that Jerry wanted Jason Witten on the staff. And here's the thing, guys, this is what I don't get. I did not hear Brian Schottenheimer's name mentioned in any of the coaches' search.
Yeah.
So, guys, we've all, hey, RC, you married, DO, you married. At least y'all got somebody that somebody else wanted.
No question.
I got somebody,
I do not want you if nobody else wants you.
Nobody want her, what I want her for? RDC, RC, if don't nobody want it, you're like, nah, you good, go on, stay over there.
I'm gonna tell you what now. Hey, we go to the club and ain't nobody shot they shot. I for sure not gonna be the first one to walk over there.
Exactly. And so what Jerry did is that he went into the party and got the first girl that he saw, and he was booed up with her for the rest of the night, and he ended up taking her home. That's what Brian Schottenheimer is to Jerry. He was on the staff, he saw her first, like, ooh, I got me something. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No. He said that.
He said he would.
I think that's the only one I got a chance with.
He said he was booed up the whole night.
I'm staying out
They
of it.
danced to every song.
Man.
They danced to every song.
Shannon, man, he got one-liners. Dude, here's the Cowboys are in this terrible spot because they were scared to make difficult decisions 18 months ago. That's just the reality. Okay, one, I'm not going to doubt. I have no idea if Brian Schottenheimer is going to be a great head coach or not, but I do know this: no matter who the coach was, Cowboys weren't going to be good. Okay, Dak Prescott's cap hit next year is $90 million, and they still have to re-sign Micah Parsons. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb's cap hit is like $130 million. And here's the thing, folks. For all you Cowboys fans that go, Dan, they're going to restructure everybody's contract. You know what that constantly does?
Push the can down the road.
Continue to kick it down the road.
Yep.
And if you are not good enough to do that, this isn't a roster that you say, let's kick it down the road because we got a chance to win it in a year or two. Jaden Daniels' cap hit next year is going to be $8 million. Jalen Hurts' is going to be $20. They don't have to restructure. So, Dallas, you might restructure. All you're doing is taking the world that you're in right now and take it 2024, 2025, and you're going to be in the same spot in 27, 28.
Well, the problem is also you are doing that to push it down the road and be in the same spot, but you still won't be good enough to win.
Correct.
And if I'm looking at Jerry's hire, here's what I say. Jerry knows that too. Jerry said, okay, I'm not going to be able to win with this team no matter what coach I bring in. This roster isn't good enough. Let me get somebody I like. Let me get somebody that I can push around. Let me get somebody that's not going to push back on the things I want to do to continue to build the brand of the Cowboys, because we are not going to be able to build a team.
Or it could be this, based on what y'all both just articulated. That's all you could get because nobody else wanted you.
I think that's a very real thing.
Nobody else wanted it. They
True,
looked at the situation and they said, excuse me, why would I take this job? So the Dallas Cowboys, the $11 billion franchise, okay, Mr. Popularity and the $1 billion playpen and America's team, got a whole bunch of people that don't want to be associated with them because they see what y'all just articulated.
I think that's the hard part,
And they
right?
had that notion talk about,
Go, Shannon.
I was going to say, guys, y'all, and Stephen A., you remember how they said, Jerry, he really likes Coach Prime, and Stephen really likes Brian Schottenheimer, and they're butting heads. That was all to get that. All that commotion was to get the Rooney Rule. See, Jerry liked him. That's the Rooney Rule. That's our one. That's the token. We brought him in. Duh. I never believed it for 1 second. Not 1 second. Because not prime. Not the time that I know. Now maybe there's another prime time, another Deion Sanders, Stephen A, RC, Dio, y'all know about. Yeah. But not the time that I've known for 30 years. He wasn't going for that. And Jerry is not going to have anybody with a backbone. You see, everybody's talking about what the Patriots have done and what Kansas City is currently doing. Do you realize in the 90s, the Cowboys had a chance to be the Patriots and the Chiefs before the Patriots and the Chiefs? Because they had that team with a 24-year-old Emmitt Smith, a 25-year-old Troy Aikman, and a 26-year-old Michael Irvin. They had that. And Jerry blew it up because of his ego. Clark Hunt don't say a word. Mr. Kraft let that thing run for 20 years. Clark Hunt's going to let it run as long as he possibly can, but not Jerry. He has no say on the final 53. He has no say in free agency. He has no say in the draft. He has no say when they leave, what time they meet, what time they practice, how long to practice. So he's just a coach entitled. He's not a head coach because everybody knows when he stands up, that's Jerry's talking.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing about the quote from Jerry Jones is he didn't say he's now Brian Schottenheimer head coach. He said he's the Dallas Cowboys head coach, which means that I'm going to be able to run my ideas, my thoughts through him. And if I'm one of these 32 guys who has wanted this job my entire life, I understand if I've watched Gerard Mayo, if I've watched Antonio Pierce, I understand that they get you out of there as soon as they want to get somebody they truly want. You don't take a job to go and fail.
Well, howdy y'all. Grab your hat and settle in, because this here's a story that's got Cowboys fans buzzing louder than a summer cicada. After years of coming up short on the Super Bowl trail, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys have made a gutsy move that's got everyone talking. Yep, the new sheriff in town is none other than Brian Schottenheimer, an NFL veteran who's been riding the coaching trail since 1997. Now, some folks might be scratching their heads, thinking this ain't the flashiest hire, but let me tell you, Schottenheimer's resume is stacked higher than a plate of Texas barbecue. He spent nearly 3 decades learning the ropes from some of the best, with stints at teams like the Seahawks, Colts, and Jaguars. He even served as the Cowboys' offensive coordinator these last 2 seasons, working hand in hand with Dak Prescott. Dak's been singing his praises, so you know there's a bond there that just might spark something special. Schottenheimer's words about persistence hit home too. You get knocked down, you get back up, and you keep working. Ain't that a lesson for life, y'all? And Jerry, he's all in, calling this hire a risky shot worth taking. Now, we know old Jerry's not shy when it comes to betting big, but he sees something in Schottenheimer, a coach, who's lived and breathed football, NFL glory, and the grind for over 25 years. But here's the twist, folks. Schottenheimer's never been a head coach before. That's right. This'll be his first rodeo wearing the big hat. The pressure's on, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Can he wrangle this team into shape and get us back to the promised land? Think about it. What does this mean for the Cowboys' future? Is Schottenheimer the one to finally break that Super Bowl drought? Tell me this, y'all. If you were in Jerry's boots, would you have taken this chance?